Is it a tad bit predictable of me to have my first series in NBA 2K19 be a Draft to Glory series with the reborn Seattle Sonics? Probably. But we're doing it nonetheless because you guys asked for it and you shall receive. Welcome to the start of Draft to Glory with the Seattle Sonics. Now, for those of you who do not know what Draft to Glory is, you do not know anything about my channel because I have beaten this concept into the ground, and that continues with this series. But thankfully, the rules are very straightforward. We do not trade for players. We do not sign big-time free agents. We only build the team through the draft. And yes, I'm aware we get 2 picks a year. Both picks are going to be oh so important, and with the second round of the draft not being all that fruitful, this could be very, very difficult. But that is the point. Now, I do want to point out as well, I ran a poll about a month ago at this point that the Toronto Raptors won. That series is on the back burner, but make no mistake, in due time, I'm sure we will use the Raptors at some point in time. Just not today, because I had to continue the trend of using a reborn team. We've done it so many times recently. Look at the California Golden Seals right now in NHL 19. It made sense. Let's get right down to business. This is going to be a shorter setup episode, but I want to set the stage for what this series is going to be. So with the expansion draft, you will notice that there are a lot of teams. I will get to those teams once this draft is over with. But that said, to set up this team, again, we will be taking the worst players possible. We are going to suck for the first few years because in this fantasy draft, we are taking the lowest rated players available. It is going to take a while, as those of you know, or for those of you who follow my channel know, it's going to take a bit to get this team into a winning spot. Let's take Kalen Lucas, because why not? He's older, and screw it. We're not wasting that much of your career, so why not? It's going to be interesting to see how this works out. But again, if you're familiar with Draft to Glory, you know this is how this works. We take the worst players available. We are going to suck for quite a few years. So like I said, those draft picks are going to be, oh, so important. We're going to need a little bit of lottery luck, too, along the way, which we don't really have in NHL. Maybe, just maybe, NBA will be a little bit different for us. RJ Hunter, welcome aboard. Now, of course, I got to be careful not to accidentally hit the sim button, because that could set me back a little bit of a ways. Let's take Mitch Creek. Just because I'm a big fan of his name. Obviously, there are no limitations for what these other expansion franchises can do, but I thought it'd be fun just to, add a team to every division. Why have uneven divisions? Add a team to every division. It'll be fine. It'll be fun, and it'll be fine. That is the thing, though. It is rather straightforward as far as what Draft to Glory is once you explain the concept. It's just a matter of obviously hitting on those draft picks and just waiting to get out of the expansion phase of the early stages here. But like I said, this is going to be a setup episode. I got a couple of things I want to cover as far as how we've set everything up, the expansion teams as well, and just some other things, which again, I took a very long break away from the NBA series back in, we're talking 08, 09, really like 2005 to 2009 was my jam. God, I loved NBA. I played it. It was right up there with NHL for me. It replaced Madden for a while as my second game, and then I just got burnt out. And I think a big part of it had to do with the Celtics won the title in 2008. And then I don't know. I started to slowly lose interest, and then I don't know. I just lost interest. I didn't want to play the games. I was bored of them, but I was asked to come back. I've gotten a little bit familiar with what my league has to offer, and I think this could work. Now, again, I want to clarify the situation, because will I make a stupid mistake at some point? Yes. I don't know what stum is, but will I make a stupid mistake at some point? Yeah, that's going to happen. Might happen a couple of times. So expect that. Do I know everything there is to know about this game? Do I know the ins and outs? Am I going to be able to just run the show, build a winner immediately without a few stumbles along the way. Absolutely not. But that said, again, I think we can make this work. We've made it work in other games. We've been able to run Draft to Glory in basically every type of sports game out there. And, of course, with FIFA, it's a little bit different as you go through the Youth Academy. But it is still the same idea. I'm excited to see whether or not we can get this to work, though. As we have 2 of each, let's just go ahead and take the worst players available. I am having to be patient. I cannot accidentally hit X, or that's going to screw up this entire concept. Let's take Drew Eubanks here. Why the hell not? But I'm very intrigued how this is going to go, and hopefully we can handle it the same way that we do in Madden with you guys making at the very least the first round selections. That would be nice and would add a lot more to this series. As let's go for Bruno. I don't even know how to say your name without just completely botching it. My brain just said, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. So I won't. I will not. Isaiah Briscoe, welcome aboard. And I believe he is our final player. If not, we have one more. I forget, is it 14 rounds or 15 rounds in this draft? It is 14. There you go. We are done. I cannot imagine what our team overall is going to be once we are ready to go. But again, we have a couple of things we have to get to. The look at just everything that we have. We are going to auto-generate rookies. I'm not going to go with the draft class. Probably. Should we go with the draft class? I'm not going to. Screw it. I'm not going to. Everyone else, everyone just used the same draft class, right? So there's so much to get to. First things first, I want to get to how this entire league is set up with progression sliders and all of that. I am using Barnsley's slider set from the Operation Sports Forum. It was recommended to me. I'm willing to give it a shot. The link to that is in the description down below, although it might even be in here. I imagine it's in here through file sharing, but I am using that current setup. And as far as the other teams that we have added are concerned, of course, we as the Seattle Sonics will be in the Northwest Division. This team logo and jersey set comes from King Candy 123 and the whole community sharing deal. Wanted to give him fair credit for that. It looks great. So all you gotta do, of course, is search his name to find this. In the Pacific Division, we have added the San Jose Seals, courtesy of Mr. F.U. Pay Me. Again, every person's name will be down in the description, so check those out. I just think this logo is sick, and to be honest, the jerseys are pretty sick as well, which unfortunately you can't check from here, but that's okay. It looks good. Well, actually, there you go. Case in point. They're pretty sweet, and I'm digging them. And we'll take a look at what the expansion team rosters ended up looking like, and actually we will. Of course, our team is going to be fucking terrible, but San Jose ended up looking pretty good. Darren Collison, Drew Holiday, Trevor Ariza, Taj Gibson. Not bad. They have a pretty damn good starting point, actually. I'm intrigued to see how they do. I'm going to be intrigued to see, out of all the other expansion teams, which one does the best, as compared to us, because we have such a handicap to start. In the Atlantic, we have added the Hartford Journeymen, UnfittedPizza, put together this logo and jersey set by Mike Conley, Tyreek Evans, Nava Cephalosha, Zach Randolph, Boban Marjanovic, and Juan Hernagomez. TJ McConnell's there too. So they're looking all right. They're looking all right. Big fan of every logo and jersey set I added in. Obviously, I had to look for one team for each division, and I just picked the ones that I liked the most. Hartford Journeyman looked pretty damn good. In the Central, we used the custom, or the generic St. Louis Sound logo, which is actually pretty sweet. They end up with Dragic, Terrence Ross, Lance Stevenson, Michael Beasley, Dwayne Dedman, and Frank Kaminsky. What do we have in the Southeast? The Tampa Bay Sharks, brought to you by Latrell 2014. I just think the jerseys are interesting. The logo's badass at the very least. But Ricky Rubio, Danny Green, Harrison Barnes, Jabari Parker, and Paul Gasol. The starting five, Lynn Gortat, and Andre Roberson there as well. And in the Southwest, we have the Las Vegas Aces, SFX of the community files there. Put this team together. Pretty sweet. Gotta love dropping your controller mid-episode. See, I can make mistakes, and not just in terms of dumb moves and in misspeaking. Everything's happening. It's late. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I had to get this up there, though. Monte Morris, Kent Bazemore, C.D. Osman, Thaddeus Young, and Zaza Pachulia making up that team. That might be the weakest starting roster I've seen yet, though, out of all those. But the Las Vegas Aces are in as well. So those are the 6 custom teams. And to be honest, that's pretty much all we have to get to. There's not a whole hell of a lot to talk about, aside from the fact that every year, again, at least to start, until we start turning things around, it's going to be season to draft. I mean, sim through the entire season, get to the draft, and see what happens. And that's probably what we're going to do here, although, of course, we do need to basically, let's just go ahead and fire everybody, shall we? No limitations on that. I don't want to edit you. I want to fire you. I want to edit you off of this team, is what I want to do. So let's take a look here at who is available. And it's probably going to be Donald Jones or Justin Powell, if I'm not mistaken, based off of who has the... Actually, it's not. It's going to be Clark or Foster. Sean Lee, David Clark. You know what? I like the... let's go for the blue shirt, Sean Lee. You're an original. You're an original. Head scout. God, it's always the same players or the same guys, too. So Cuba Gooding, welcome aboard. Boy, I bet you're not... If you watch NBA stuff all the time, bet you're not tired of me bringing in old Cuba Gooding. As far as the assistant coach goes, it is going to be... Where are you at, buddy? Where are you at? It's not Jaden Brown. It's not Landon Hamilton. Where the hell are you? Actually, who am I looking for at this point? Who the hell was I looking for? Who's the best guy overall? Actually, it might be Blount or Zimmerman. It's not Underwood, because he won't accept it. Yeah, I guess it's going to be Blount or Zimmerman. Boy, you're not as good. It's going to be Blount. I was going to hire the other guy because he looks a little bit disheveled, but it's okay. Stouffer is going to be our head coach, obviously. The assistant GM is going to be Mr. Jordan Davis. And the CFO. Good old Twin Olsen. There we go. That's everything's taken care of there. Like I said, not a hell of a lot to do. As far as what our lineup looks like, does it matter? No. Our coach is going to jump off a bridge by the time the season is done. Or if anything, he'll at least be happy that he's sitting at home, right? He'll be happy that he won't be sitting at home. He'll be wishing he was sitting at home. He's going to be getting paid in the meantime. Here's the thing. I'm going to actually end this first episode now because I want to give you guys the opportunity to point out anything that you think I should know, maybe offer up a couple of suggestions, maybe some changes to certain setups. I want to give you guys as much of a chance as you can for your input before we really get going on this series. But it's nice to say that we're finally getting this underway, as we have to be dead last in the power rankings, right? I would imagine. Yeah, we are. We're going to be there for a long time. Thank you guys for checking this out. Again, we really get things underway in the next episode. We'll be simming through the entirety of the first season and getting to the draft, and hopefully I can leave it in a way that allows you guys to be, to vote on the number 1 pick like we've been doing with Madden. If not, we'll figure that out when the time comes. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Go Sonics. Just kidding. We're going to be terrible for at least 5 years.